they took over a hospital for like 4 weeks, and then they cleared it, and then they went in later and put explosives everywhere in the hospital and blew it up after they used it as a base for 3 weeks. What threat is there if you've already cleared this hospital?
They would return. Because they're going to return.
Exactly.
To returns, they already took it over. They cleared it. They took out.
And then they left, like you said. You said they left. So if they leave, we already know rats are gonna find a hole. That's the hole.
You guys are the rats, but you found the hole and you covered them up.
Right. Well,
I know who this is.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. Johnny wants to derail conversations. I can find comical. Go ahead.
Maybe I need to ask you the same question, but with a different way. So, you say that destroying a hospital because the rocks are launched from there is a fair thing to you. Fine. But
rockets.
Okay, rockets, launches, whatever it is. But after all, it is destroyed. So after destroying all the hospitals there, so the people in Gaza with no place to get cured, and destroying all the schools, so people in Gaza will not have a place to educate, and destroying all the corridors in and out to Gaza, so no in and out for any assistance, humanitarian assistance for people in Gaza. So don't you think that it is, how can I say it in English? I mean that you're doing in purpose, or the Israeli authorities are doing in purpose.
I can answer this one. And it's great.
Please.
How many? But I need to ask two questions. What's the population in Gaza?
Over 2.5 million.
Perfect. 2.5 million. That's your number. Okay. How many are Hamas members?
Well, according to records, about some records say 30,000. Some people say 50.
Okay, so less than 100%. So 2.5 million people can't say enough's enough. What the fuck are you doing? You're allowing us to die and take over 30,000 people?
They already did.
They just did. Last week. Last week.
How many of them did it?
Hold on, can I answer?
Where are they now? Where are they now? Yeah.
They just did it this week. I can post it
in the chat.
Those protesters were protesting IDF and Hamas.
Yeah.
Right, but there are people who are unhappy. Hold on. Can I speak?
It doesn't mean that they agree, because if you think that they are sides, it doesn't mean that they agree with them. But you didn't answer my question.
Guys.
Baby.
If they did it, is there still Hamas members there now?
Probably.
Then they didn't do it.
Baby, can I ask you a question, right? Israel is okay. Would you agree Israel's army and Israel is more powerful than Hamas? Would you agree with that?
Hit that like button right now and subscribe. Hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that like button and subscribe right now. Now.
So if Israel's right, I get it. And I agree. I agree. Sam, can you not interrupt me? You're not a mod.
But hostage, no, he's not right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now he's a mod. So hostages.
Okay.
Hostages is the key factor. So if you're gonna bring up a comparable story, make sure it's comparable.
Sure. Can I get a chance to speak, please?
Yep. Go ahead.
Thank you. So what I was trying to say is, if Israel's having a tough time, right, taking out, well, I don't know if it's having a tough time, but if they haven't taken out Hamas yet, why do you think that civilians can take off Hamas? And are these civilians
Do you know she's a welfare queen? Everything gets paid for.
Sure.
Why do you think she's here right now at 1:56 CST on a weekday? Because she's a welfare queen. I heard this one girl on this app once say how the government pays for her housing and gives her social security disability. It was the most amazing time. She was the happiest person I've ever spoken to on this app. She was super pro-America. She loved the benefits.
You need to understand that.
I do. That's my point.
Preserve a life. These are strategic attacks, precision attacks.
She could have been actually like a seriously disabled person, but you don't know what the back end of this app is like for people.
I do know. I get it. If they did, it would be nothing
You
but.
understand those talking tracks? You wouldn't come up off mic and embarrass yourself, young lady.
I don't see it as embarrassment. This is a conversation.
Two apples and saying it looks like a fucking orange.
But this is a place to learn, right? So I'm not going to embarrass myself.
But the problem is you should learn, and I agree with you, and I apologize for his voice, but it gets me frustrated when you're trying to compare a war that Israel was involved in without hostages to a war that Israel is involved in with hostages, and at the same time you're hearing people saying Israel's so weak, they're losing the fucking war, and then they say it the same sentence, but they're too strong.
He is the reason
I'm
why
not saying that.
Go at the same time. It's called the
Let's say
blow
he is a sicko.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm not insulting her. I'm passionate because I'm frustrated.
We're having a good
No,
conversation.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna take
Thank you.
that and I'm gonna do that. Watch this. Hold on.
Thank you.
Also, Sami is one of the most sympathetic people, and Sami is Muslim, and she's really doing everything she can to be open-minded, which I find unusual.
I took 10 breaths and I'm calm.
All right.
I have a problem with this, Sami. It's Justine, right? Sorry. Justine.
Yes.
If we're gonna compare wars, they have to be identical. We can't compare a war where there's no hostages to a war where there's hostages. I think, and listen, we're just people on this app discussing things. I don't know what's going on in the Knesset with the IDF. I'm not privy to the phone calls. They don't call me and give me a briefing every morning and say, hey, Bibi, just in case we already let Bibi Netanyahu know, we want to let Bibi of Clubhouse know. This is what we plan on doing today. You can share it with everybody in Clubhouse. It would be crazy for me to even think that I would be privy to that information. So we're all people on an app having discussions. And yes, it gets heated, and I do apologize. And Master, you're right. I should calm down. But I'm getting frustrated whenever somebody wants to make a statement and say, well, Israel's been in multiple wars. Why is this one taking this long? Or why is it? I didn't even get to hear the rest of it because right away I went to Israel.
Yeah, because that wasn't my point. My point was that if Israel, is fighting Hamas, right? The strategies they're using, right, is making it difficult to I guess get rid of them. Would you have some sympathy? Would you think that it's hard for the civilians that are ruled by Hamas to overthrow them? Do you think that it would be hard for them?
So there was a prime example.
Because Iran can't overthrow IRGC, and that's a nation.
Because they will kill them someday.
Exactly.
So there was a prime example. There was a prime example when Israel told everybody to go to the south or the north and forget exactly where, and Hamas was shooting them as they were coming, because Israel was going to do an operation in the opposite direction, and Hamas says, "Fuck it, we want you to die. It looks good for the world." They have a fucking propagandist, a guy that he's in charge of propaganda. He's in charge of the way the world looks at this. That's how sick this is. Do you understand? It's fucked up.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yasin, do you know that the Palestinians, who are not Hamas, actually have the biggest army in the Middle East with them? Do you know that, Justin? Do you know who is the army?
Can you say that again? Sorry.
The population, the so-called civilians, in Gaza, have the biggest army in the Middle East to fight for them against the Hamas. Do you know that?
Is it Iran?
What's the army? Is it Iran?
Israel, the Israeli army. He wants to destroy the Hamas.
Exactly. So that's the thing.
So why are they afraid of Hamas if the biggest army in the Middle East is with them?
Bingo. Exactly.
And they are not helping the biggest army in the Middle East. What can we
What are
learn
we
from
looking
that?
to do?
Maybe the Palestinians are still supporting Hamas, Justin.
What are we fighting
Maybe
for?
they want Hamas will win. Yeah. Because even though they have the biggest army in the Middle East with them, they are not doing anything to get rid of Hamas, Justin.
I have a question here, please. I see that most of the people who already talked believe that the strategy that Israel is following nowadays, which is war, is the most suitable or the right decision or the right way. But since when war already solved problems, guys? That's a question to you.
Ask the Hamas when they opened the war, how it solved their problem.
Well, when I ask Hamas indirectly, and of course by seeing what happened since 7th of October till now, I see that the hostages that you got, most of them, you got them from negotiation?
No, we got them because we made the pressure on Hamas. Yeah?
What pressure are you talking about? And at the same time, you say that they don't care about their people.
Hamas was afraid to lose land, and he wanted to buy time, to maybe the world will make pressure on us. So he said, we will release 100 hostages, and we will buy time. Every hostage is a time. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Because I tell you what.
Yeah.
Not You already say, and you already believe that Hamas doesn't care about their people. So they don't really need that time or something. And at the same time, we want the hostages back. And you got no hostages or released any hostages, maybe 2 or 5, I don't know, out of over 100. And the rest you got by negotiations. In which
it's not
which is the best
option? Every time we made an armed pressure, Hamas released some hostages.
And how long are we in this situation? Over 18 months now, right?
Yeah.
Negotiation is the best solution.
But there was about 3-week period before Israel went into Gaza that they could have done just that. Did they?
I'm sorry, again, please.
Before Israel entered ground operations in Gaza, it took about 3 weeks to get the men, to get the tanks, to get everything to go in. It's about 3 weeks, I think, maybe 2.5 weeks, something like that. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. They could have done exactly what you're saying, but did they?
Well, I tell you something, Jacob, and I respect you. You know that.
I know.
I'm sorry if I disagree, but
question. You raised a really good point. The question, but my question to be is: you're saying that you should just have given them back, right? Or are you saying only diplomacy gets them back? Which are you saying?
Diplomacy. And you say that 3 weeks ago there was no operation on the ground or something like that?
No, 3 weeks after October 7th, right? Israel said, give the hostages back, right? They could have made good faith gestures to reach out to Israel to say, okay, we'll give them back. Don't invade. Let's start talking, right? Let's, discuss this. There was no response.
No, there was a response, Yaakov, but the demands that Hamas said or asked for, Israeli authorities did not agree with. Correct.
What Hamas demands in the first
releasing so many names Israel refused to release from the Israeli prisons.
Why would we?
Yeah, why would we give you a
reward a crime?
Exactly.
Well, this is what happened, guys. You can check the news by yourself.
So we give them a prize. So we give them a reward about their massacre.
I didn't say that Israel was wrong about. I didn't say that Israel was wrong.
You say no war, so you give them a prize. That's what you say.
I didn't say anything like that. Yaakov asked because you.
Yeah, exactly about Yaakov's question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the Hamas made the October 7 massacre, yeah? And later, after that, we will give them a prize of all the murderers, the Palestinian murderers, back to Gaza.
Well, this assessment is an Israeli thing. So
this is exactly what you say. This is exactly what you say. You claim that Hamas wanted this.
I gave you information, not idea.
And what do you think about this? But you say that negotiation.
You understand English?
You claim that negotiation is the best, not the war, right?
Yes, of course.
So Israel should do it, right? Israel should have given them all what they wanted.
As a result, so many hostages get back by negotiation, not by war.
Yeah. Yeah. So no war, but give them a price. Release them all the murderers. That's what you say, Masri.
This is how you get your hostages back.
And then, so we'll get hostages back, and then
you don't accept that. You don't reward somebody for committing a crime, Master. You kind of not.
Why is it not a reward? That is not a reward. You have been trying for the past with this military operation for over 18 months, and you got nothing.
Master, wait one second. Hang on.
What they say?
So wait a second. You got a lot of background stuff.
Let's talk about it.
Yaakov, you're not audible. Yaakov. You can't be heard. You're broken up, Yaakov.
What?
You're broken up.
Yaakov, you're in a matrix.
Okay, so Master, very simple. You came and committed a crime. You need to return the people that you stole. These are stolen people. This is not a negotiation. This is a crime. There's two options. You either say, okay, I committed a crime. I'm going to return the people and pay for the murders that I committed. Or we are going to come and get our people and punish you for what you did. They had that choice from day one. What's his name? Sinwar thought that he was going to do another Gilad Shalit and get 2,000 prisoners or whatever for every Israeli. We're not willing to do that. There's a new sheriff in town, and the equation is now different. Not going to every single hostage.
I feel like we need Elon with sound effects. Soundboard would be a lot. How do I get a soundboard going? Something outside of
somebody does something wrong,
using a cell phone. Let me just go to YouTube and type in
and you make it clear to them.
Astral
If they
soundboard.
do it again, the consequence is absolute destruction. And that's what Israel is saying. And it's very fair.
Normal. Not to mention, when did negotiating with rapists and kidnappers ever? When was that ever effective?
Somebody comes and commits a rape in the United States, and then they by the way, want $100,000 in a Lamborghini or $1 million in a Lamborghini. And you go, oh, well, sure, give us the people back, and you can have your $1 million in your lap. I mean, this is absurd. What planet?
No, God!
No,
God, please, no!
And people say that with a straight face, like they're talking.
No!
Okay,
I'd love to hear it.
You already gave them two options, and the two options already are taken by the Israeli authorities. And what are the results? The military operations did not get the hostages back.
Fortnite balls, I'm gay, I like boys, I kidnap autistic kids.
Calm down, hang on. We have most of the hostages back, and we're doing
And how did you get them?
with war.
No,
That's my favorite one.
You make a ceasefire for
Your mouth is different than mine.
only
Your
if
hair is different than mine.
Just tell me, why would you adopt me? Why would you adopt me?
all the Palestinians murderers.
Check out my new shoes. That is so fire.
By the way, normal, 1 second.
Muchas gracias, afición. Está con nosotros.
We'll do next time. 1,000 Israelis. Do you know what they will ask? Not for the prisoners. Let's not be now.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
Jerusalem.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
will
we
receive
got him.
hostages. All the Jewish people must leave Tel Aviv.
Jerusalem.
This is what they will ask next time. Yeah. They must leave with your force.
Maybe you need to follow the news more than that. Sorry.
Oh my
It's not a
God!
question of following the news. You don't deny it. You don't understand the situation.
No, I'm not denying, but I'm not manipulating the spectrum.
What do you think?
Say it again.
Commit a crime. Story.
Okay, that's fair. But when you get the consequences against the people of Colorado, those rich people,
They themselves so they don't care about their own people, Hamas. They were elected by the Palestinian people. Now the Palestinian people have to pay a price. They should be elected.
oh, let's see here, y'all. So you mean that
Wait a minute.
if I, as a Palestinian,
I'm white.
gave my vote to Hamas, so I
Where you going? Don't you ignore me? This is a perfectly good moment to throw your life away.
These are like funny meme sounds.
I want to listen. Hang on a second. All the time you're pretending that you don't know what war is. Israel has a very
How are you? I am under the water.
give us back
Please
our
help
people.
me. You're too much raining.
Therefore, we're going to make war. It's legitimate. We have every right in the world to make war. Stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. Don't start telling me the people are suffering, the people are suffering. Hamas chose to bring death and destruction to their own people, and now they can't get out of it. Gaza is finished.
Level 1 gap.
Gaza is destroyed.
Embarrassing.
No more Gaza.
Level 2 gap.
People or this
I got something in my eye. Level 3 gap. Chat, this is a rare cat sighting. This is a rare cat
And
sighting.
they're going to start over, and next time they're
I
not going to allow
nothing.
a single bullet.
No one.
That's the situation that Hamas
Alright,
is
it's
in.
all gone.
It's
Get
over.
it.
You're not going to talk your way out of this one. This story is finished now.
Big one ain't doing nothing. All he did was rob the gas station. Y'all acting like you bought Walmart or something.
I wouldn't listen to you. I don't believe that what you say is true. Defending yourself is an international right to everything.
What's up, guys?
But when I defend myself, I must defend myself against the attack. You don't need to involve innocent people in it. So if you really wanted to save your hostages, these operations are not sufficient. Because war never solves any problem. Just negotiation.
You bring it in. Cause if you did it,
I'm give you moderation, treat
I might have to
But you contradict yourself, you know? You contradict yourself. So you say, don't do anything. We will create hostages in Hamas and we will bring you the Palestinians prisoners. And that's it.
Sticking at your gap to the river. You're so scared to eat. You're so phantom tax. I just wanna be your Sigma.
Yes.
You are not getting money back.
They want Israel to rebuild Gaza, and they want to hold on to some of the hostages until Israel rebuilds the Gaza, and this is not acceptable.
You know what, guys? I don't see that there's any point of interrupting each other. I didn't interrupt anyone, so why are you interrupting me? I don't know.
Because you're being dishonest. It's not just passive.
I'm sorry if you disagree. I'm sorry if you disagree. But hear what you're doing. I tell you the consequences of what you're doing. The consequences of what you're doing is not achievable.
Hamas wants Israel to rebuild Gaza. Hamas wants to stay in.
No, I'm just upset.
Oh, you are upset. Oh.
Yeah. Do you want some marshmallows for
I'm upset that we haven't gotten the opportunity to really silence you heathens as quickly as we want to.
We slave our white women. So.
Well, not just the white woman. We're gonna enslave all nations. All nations. All nations outside of Israel will be serving Israel.
Yes, this is going to be very nice.
Very nice, yes.
Yes, we shall drink a lot and have grapes.
Not we. That's the Israelites.
Well, you
be drinking your own blood.
Well, you have not heard of the latest prophecy that was discovered in Egypt.
Well, I'm not familiar with that history.
Yes, so. I know. You probably do not have a computer. I understand.
No, I have a laptop.
Well, aren't you an Israelite?
Do you know who the Israelites are?
Yes, you live in the desert.
Who are the Israelites?
You are a poor peasant in the desert, right?
Who are the Israelites?
I just told you. What else could you be?
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing, wasting all their time on a weekday during a work hour. Unbelievable! Talking about nothing because they're bored.
Welcome back to this hillbilly.
Sharon, is it you in your profile picture?
Just running his damn mouth.
I'm asking, is it you in your profile picture?
I can't hear nothing you saying, nigga.
I'm asking.
Speak up.
Is it
Speak up like a man.
In your profile picture?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, you look damn, dude.
Anyways.
Do you need a wax?
Yeah, go tell your mama. Go tell your mama about me.
Without all the Gazans.
But you can't get rid of the Arabs. There's Jewish Arabs too.
You want to try me?
Because of the
bomb. We are going to do it.
Sam, hold on. What about the Jewish Arabs?
There are no Jewish Arabs.
Wait, no, she said there are Jewish Arabs in Gaza.
Yes, Jewish Arabs exist.
You know, the IDF discovered unicorns as well and dragons inside Gaza. They saw all kinds of things that didn't exist before you came here and used the new words. Wow.
Abdul is a Jewish Arab, and I like the music.
Wow, tell us, where are they living exactly in Gaza? In what part of Gaza the Jewish Arabs?
They're in the IDF. What do you mean? They're in the IDF.
Yeah, they live in Gaza now?
Not Gaza, no, they live in Israel.
Yeah, but in Gaza there are Jewish Arabs.
No, I said Israel.
You changed your
Jewish Arabs.
Gaza is not a country. Yeah, so why are you...
It's an area. So in the area of Gaza, you say that there are living Jewish Arabs there.
So are you saying okay, hold on. You said Arabs. Wow. You said no Arabs will stay here. That's what you said,
You said Arab Jewish who live in the area of Gaza, right?
I didn't say they live in Gaza. I didn't.
You didn't say that? I heard you say that.
He said, no Jewish Arabs. We don't have any Jewish Arabs.
You can't be serious. Oh my God.
No, there are Jews who live in Arab lands. But they are not Jewish Arabs. They're not Arabs.
No, my in-laws are Jewish Arabs. Arab is a language. It's not a language.
No, there's Jewish Arabs.
Hold on. Normal. Jesus was an Arab Jew. So you're saying it makes no sense.
He was a Jewish Jew. He was a Jew.
Isn't it hilarious, Master? Yeah, there's no Arab Jews.
No Arab Jews? I'm sorry, really?
There's never been an Arab Jew. What's an Arab Jew? It's a contradiction.
No, it's not.
Semite.
Oh my God, guys. Jews are in Morocco.
In Yemen.
Arabic culture, but are not Muslim.
there are many of them, and their in-laws were fiercely. Yes, they were.
They're not. You don't know what an Arab is.
It's the language.
What is an Arab?
It's the language and it's the culture. It's not being a Muslim, okay?
They have a different culture than Arab.
I know, but they
different calendar, different language, different.
I went to a Jewish restaurant. Yaakov, I went to a Jewish restaurant, and everything that was being served were Arabic food, like kebab, all this stuff. This is a famous Jewish restaurant.
Cultural appropriation, Samia. That's what they do best, right?
Different language, different laws.
Yes, they are. I was in London.
Hi, my name's Buck. How you doing this morning?
Hi, Buck. I'm unbelievable. How are you doing today?
Yeah.
What can we do for you, sir?
I publish Golf Wolf magazine. And looking for a new publisher.
Publisher? We sell copiers.
Yeah. Whatever. Get off my back. But we're looking for some machine here that can publish Golf Wolf magazine on a quarterly basis.
Okay. I'm sure that our sales department can pick the right machine for you. The sales representative is not in the office yet this morning, but I could put you through to his voicemail.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm unbelievable.
Wonderful. So